Hey, I just want to bring a word of encouragement to you today, something that God has been challenging me on at the moment. I hope it challenges you as well. I don't know if you ever get asked this question from people when you meet them for the first time, or if you're catching up with a friend, they say, what movies have you been watching lately? Or what TV shows? When people ask me that, at the moment, ABC Kids is my life. There's this one show in particular called Bluey, and there's this episode where the mother dog is trying to get her little dogs out the door, and one interruption after the other, they find it impossible to get out the door for the play date. And there's the mum at the door going, I just want to get out the door. It's right here. We just have to walk through it. And I almost had a tear in my eye watching that because I so resonate with it. As a mum of 3 little ones, getting out the door is quite hard. These little interruptions that happen throughout my day is just a constant for me. And I was thinking about this thing, interruptions, and God was challenging me about these interruptions. Not my kids so much, but the whole idea of things that might interrupt your life or your plan as you go along your days and as you go along your journey of following Christ. And he reminded me that when you're looking at the life of Jesus, there were people all the time that would come in and interrupt somewhere where he was going. There's this one passage in particular that I love in Mark 5, where it's the passage where Jesus is on his way to help a family, a father with his child who is dying, and a woman with an issue of blood comes in and sneaks through the crowd and touches the hem of his cloak, believing with faith that she would be healed if she just touched Jesus's cloak. This was an interruption. He didn't just keep going and, thought, oh, that's good, somebody got healed, because he knew that virtue ran through his body and healed somebody. But no, he allowed that interruption to happen. He stopped. He looked around and said, who touched me? His disciples were like, we're all touching you. We're in a crowded place. But he's like, no, I have to search out this person. I need to speak to them and I need to restore value, not just in their body, but socially and emotionally for this woman. And that's what he did. He stopped and he brought healing in her life in so many different ways. He allowed the interruption to happen. And God's been challenging me that maybe I need to allow some of these interruptions to happen because it might be a moment where he wants me to love someone, to reach out to someone, to encourage someone. Maybe it's my kids. Maybe they need some sort of comfort or some sort of encouragement that I can give. Maybe it's the person at the shops who's looking rather down or stressed about the whole COVID issue or about anything going on in their world. Maybe it's a work colleague that keeps coming over to talk to you when you're trying to get your work done, but maybe they need some encouragement as well. It could be a whole range of things. So I just encourage you and challenge you, like God's challenging me. Let's allow these interruptions to happen. Let's allow the Holy Spirit to use us, to speak through us, and encourage the people in our world and allow him just to do an amazing work that you wouldn't have had planned otherwise. So I encourage you to church today, allow those interruptions to happen.